Hello, and welcome to another session of Let's Heal Together, preparing ourselves for liberation and ascension. We will be working together to heal ourselves and heal the world. We would like to welcome everyone today. Thank you for joining us. We are broadcasting around the planet. My name is Deborah. I'm coming to you from the United States, and I will be your host today. You may know me from my interviews with Cobra, and I'm also leader with the Victory of the Light and Sisterhood of the Rose team. So I am very happy to share this time with you, and also very happy to introduce the wonderful international team that is also joining us today. And I'm just going to take a moment to let them say hello. And we do invite you to say hello in the comments and tell us where you're coming from. So let's say hi to May. Hi, May.
Hello. Good evening. Good night, everyone. Well, I'm May. I'm very happy to be here again. And well, I will be your technical support this session, and I hope you enjoy the activities that we have for you and make it with so much love. So, thank you very much. Gracias. Buenas noches. Thank you, Edra.
Thank you, May. And we definitely appreciate the technical support that you're offering us. And let us say hello to Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hello, Deborah. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy from France, and I represent the Prepare for Change Network and the French community of light. And I'm very happy to be with you once more to hack the matrix together and to open our heart to heal for ascension.
Yes, thank you, Cindy. And you are right. Working together is so very, very powerful. So appreciate your help today. And let us say hello to Felipe. Hi, Felipe.
Hello, Deborah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our session of today, 20th of July 2022. And this is Felipe, and I am broadcasting for you from the north side of north part of Germany. I invite people to see the translations that I do for the Cobra's blog, and you can find this in es2012portal.blogspot.com.
Thank you, Felipe. And Felipe will also be doing a wonderful presentation for us today for our healing segment. So we look forward to that. And thank you, everyone, for your greetings in the chat. We, as you can see, we are coming to you from, we have people from Argentina, Oklahoma, Tunisia, Finland, Texas, all different parts of the world. So we love that you say hi. Please utilize the chat. We love to hear your comments and have you chat with us in that way. So let me just for a moment go over very quickly what we will be doing today. We are doing a little shorter session than our last few today. We just felt like that's what we were guided to do, following our heart. So we're going to try to keep this to 2 hours or less. And so we're going to start with a brief opening meditation in which we'll be setting an intention for the session. And then we will do some protection and preparation exercises to prepare us and protect us during the session, invoking Command 1221, doing the protection protocol, as well as the I Am Presence and Goddess invocation. And then, as I just mentioned, Felipe will be presenting his part 2 of healing the 7 levels. And this part 2 is called Clearings. So if you were with us last month, Felipe presented part 1. And of course, it's not necessary for you to have attended part 1 to participate in this part 2. But we do invite you, if you did miss that very powerful healing segment that he did, we do invite you to go back and review that. That is on the Sisterhood of the Rose YouTube channel, and you can find last month's session on there. We'll take a short little break at that point. Let you ask any questions or share, make some comments. And then we will be doing the implant clearing, a couple implant clearing sessions because as Cobra has told us, it is very, very important that we continue to do these at this time on the planet. So we'll do the contract cancellation and then the 2 triangulation exercises that go along with implant clearings. Then we will again offer a few moments of announcements and discussion. And then we're going to wrap with Command 771. And if you've been attending our last few healing sessions, you'll know that we've been ending with this. And it is optional at this point, if you would like to stay on for the additional 20 minutes. And what we do, we simply just invoke command 1221, and which is a very powerful command that we'll explain. It is an emotional healing command. And by invoking it together, it's very, very powerful. And we'll simply just put on some music. And because I know for many people in the world, this is evening, and it's actually a great way to just let yourself fall asleep. So I'd like to remind our international audience that some of the exercises that we are doing today for the implant clearings, they are available in these various languages that you see here. If that's easier for you to do in your own language, and you can find those at victorialuminous.fr/clearing-implants. And that link is also in the description. And so let's see, we have a few more people saying hello to us. Blue Onyx from Portugal. Hello there. And Cynthia from Northern California. So thank you for saying hello and for joining us. If this is your first time joining us, a big, big welcome to you. We hope that you put these sessions on your calendar. And for those of you that attend on a regular basis, well, you know how much we love you and admire your commitment to doing this very important healing work. We realize that in doing this healing work on ourselves, we are helping to move the liberation forward. We're putting that energy into the energy grid of the planet and moving us closer to liberation and ascension. So it is important at this very pivotal time on the planet that we do our own healing work. And that's what these sessions are about. So again, thank you for joining us. So let us start for a moment. We're just going to do a couple of minutes of some opening, setting an intention. And we're also going to be starting by visualizing this session and all participants surrounded in white light. So I'm going to ask May to put on some music for about 1 minute. And we do ask if you could please just put white light around your beautiful self, where you are, around the entire audience, around the team, around all technology, so that we can all have a very powerful session, get the most healing possible, and be fully protected. So let's do that for 1 minute, please. Okay, and I ask that you stay in this meditative space with your eyes closed and continue breathing. Deep breaths. as we call upon the violet flame from its primary source to place a circle of protection around us in our physical and non-physical bodies. For during this session and after this session, we ask this violet flame to transmute any negative energies, any stress that we may have taken on during the day, any heaviness that we might be feeling, any lower vibrational emotions that we have taken on during this day, during this week. We are transmuting. We are allowing this transmutation to happen as we breathe out all that no longer serves us. We want to be in our most optimal, clean, and clear self in doing this session. And with the assistance of this violet flame, our higher self, and all beings of light, we clear and cleanse and transmute. And we are going to call upon our personal teams by using command 1221. You may be familiar with this command. That is Palladian technology. And if you're not, if this is the first time, please know that as you invoke this command together with us, a team of light beings will be formed for you. This is your personal team. You can call on this team whenever you like. It can be for something concerning, or maybe just if you're feeling like you need a little support or guidance. Speak to them as your friends, because that's what they are. It is most powerful when we invoke this command out loud. So please repeat after me out loud as we together invoke command 1221. Let's begin. Command 1221. Command 1221. Command 1221. Feel the love and support surrounding you of beautiful, benevolent beings that love you and want your highest good and will assist you in obtaining that highest good. All you need to do is ask. Feel this love and light. Visualize this. And now visualize all of us gathered around the planet doing this powerful work, surrounded by our individual teams. Connect your light in your heart with others doing this at this exact moment. Feel that virtual hug that we have just created. The power in uniting our light and the energy of our heart. We're surrounding this planet with our light and our love. We are anchoring this love and light into the center of Mother Gaia and grounding ourselves. And we are spreading this light into the light grid, this light into the surface of the planet and above the surface of the planet, connecting with Source itself. And now we set an intention for ourselves for this session. What would you like from this session? What do you intend to receive? What do you intend to give? Set your intention for the healing that you would like to receive for yourself and for the world. Take a moment to do this now. And when you're ready, please open your eyes again. Take a few deep cleansing breaths. And we will move on to our next exercise. I just want to share a few messages here that Eva Queen, hello, beautiful one. Thank you for being here. Says, hello all to you, dear beings of light. Thank you for all you are doing. Beautiful message from Eva. And our beautiful loved one from Spain has said hello.
Saludos.
Beautiful. Okay, so now we're moving on to additional protection and preparation for what we're doing. This work we're doing is very powerful, and this is why we do take the time to call in the light and to prepare ourselves. And so the first thing that we are doing is our protection protocol meditation. It is a 7-minute video that we will run. You're simply just going to stay in your little quiet space and listen to the video. This is a very powerful meditation, one that we do suggest doing daily, and you can find that on the We Live Mass Meditation YouTube channel. So let's close our eyes again and go start this video, Protection Protocol. Thank you.
Relax your body, emotions, and mind by focusing on your breath or in any other way that works for you. Visualize a brilliant white vortex of light emanating from your soul star chakra, moving in a clockwise direction downwards throughout your body, purifying the energy fields of your physical, plasma, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies. Maintain this vortex by connecting it to the source of universal light and program it to maintain all your energy bodies purified. Visualize an egg-shaped, semi-permeable mirror shield around your auric field of your physical, plasma, etheric, astral, and mental bodies. This mirror shield allows all positive energies into your energy field, but reflects and bounces all negative energies back to their source. Program this mirror shield to alert you when any type of negative energy is directed your way, and let it reflect it back to its origin. Visualize light rearranging all parts of yourself and all parts of your energy fields back into a state of balance and harmony. While doing this, you can hum the mantra Om, because Om is the primeval sound of light, and its resonance will restore harmony most effectively.
Okay, and welcome back. Next, we are going to connect with our I Am presence. And then after that, we are going to be invoking the presence of the goddess into our session, into our reality, and into our physical body. So let us stay in our quiet meditative space. And first, we're going to connect with the I Am presence. And after that, we will invoke the goddess. So to do this, I will be reading these statements out loud, but I will be pausing in between. And I just ask that if you could repeat them to yourself out loud is best. And it has the most power that way. And as we go through with this merging. So let us start. I call upon the pillar of pure white light to descend upon me and to form around me.
To descend upon me and to form around me.
I call upon the presence of the I Am that I am.
I call upon the presence of the I Am that I am.
I ask the presence of the I Am that I am.
I ask the presence of the I Am that I am.
To join and merge with me.
To join and merge with me.
And now we can visualize. You don't have to repeat this out loud. You can say this, you can visualize it as I say it. I call upon the energy to move upward inside the pillar of light in the direction of higher light through my crown chakra at the top of my head. And if you like, you can look at the image that we have there so that you can help visualize this. Because we are going to be energizing our upper chakras and pulling in this presence. I now energize my chakras one by one. My 8th chakra, the soul star chakra, I visualize it filled with pure white light. It is bright, clear, and shining. I now energize my 9th chakra, the spirit star chakra, with pure white light. I now energize my 10th chakra, the universal chakra. It is bright, clear, and shining. I now energize my 11th chakra, the galactic chakra, filled with pure white light. And now my 12th chakra, the divine gateway. It is in this 12th chakra that I meet, I merge, and I unite with the I Am presence. And I am bringing back this presence and imbuing my body with this presence, coming in from the top of my head, through my body, through my chakras, all the way to the bottom of my feet, and all the way to the core of Mother Earth. And now we will invoke the goddess. into our body, into our reality, and into this session. So I will ask May if she could play the Return of the Goddess meditation. Thank you.
Return of the Goddess meditation. Relax your mind and body by watching your breath for a few minutes. Visualize a pillar of pink light emanating from the galactic central sun, going through your body to the center of the earth. Keep this pillar of light active for a few minutes. Then visualize a loving feminine presence in the shape of a beautiful goddess descending from the sky and entering your physical body. This presence will harmonize your inner woman and make you more loving. Stay united with that presence for a while. Visualize bright new spiritual future for humanity. With men and women in perfect understanding. With our society growing beyond need for wars and conflicts, as all dark entities, physical and non-physical, are removed from our planet. Visualize all wounds of humanity being healed, all humanity being inspired and guided, with everybody having their own connection with their own soul and the source in perfect balance of their inner male and female aspects. Please do this visualization as instructed and do not change it, as otherwise it will not have the desired effect.
Well, I'm hoping you can feel the beautiful goddess energy that we just received. I know in this meditation it mentions bringing in the beautiful goddess that I forget the exact words, but it energizes your inner woman. And I would just like to point out that this applies to both men and women. This is not just something for women to do. In fact, we really need more men to bring in the divine feminine energy. And so just keep that in mind. I know that question has come up during some of my Sisterhood of the Rose gatherings when I have men attend, and it's very powerful, especially for men, to really bring in that divine feminine energy. And so that's what this meditation does. It brings it in to all of us so that we can anchor it on the planet, because that is what is needed so much right now, with a lot of energies so escalated at this point. That divine goddess energy is very important. So we invite you to do that as often as you can. That the return of the goddess invocation, as well as the goddess vortex meditations, you can find on the Sisterhood of the Rose website, as well as We Love Mass Meditation. So, okay, let us move on. We have a special treat for us. I just want to share a beautiful comment from Chauncey. Says, a strong man recognizes his feminine energy and balances it into nature. Beautifully said, Chauncey. Thank you for that. I feel that truly defines what a strong man is one that is courageous enough and recognizes, as you said, his feminine energy. So thank you for that beautiful comment. And we got a beautiful rose from Peggy. So she's feeling that beautiful rose goddess energy. So thank you for sharing that. And a few more hellos. We have Milos from Germany saying hi, and Nicole from England. So I'm trying to include everyone's hellos. I hope I don't miss anybody. If I do, I apologize. But we appreciate your chats with us. So I am going to be turning this over now to Felipe. He will be presenting the healing portion, the healing ourselves portion of this session. So thank you so much, Felipe.
Thank you, Deborah. Okay, so the last session we spoke a little bit about grounding ourselves. Grounding ourselves means to be in contact with the earth so we can complete the circle and we can use the power of Mother Earth to apply this on healing. We also spoke about Jara. Jara is the state of being centered, the state of no distortion in the mind, the state in which we can use all our mental and physical power to concentrate in the healing session that we are doing. Later, we spoke about the 7 levels of the bioenergy field, and we discussed a little bit about how to recognize them, how to move them, what to do with them, and so on. And it is very important that we can use tools, for example, like the dungeon, to connect to the earth and to enhance this power that we have in order to achieve the most positive effects on us. Very well. So today we are going to talk about extending our healing session. And first, I would like to talk a little bit about what is the quantum field. The quantum field is the field that surrounds us, the field that is the beginning of everything. And one good quality of this quantum field is that it allows us to make healings, even remotely. For example, when I give these healings to people, they are usually not with me. I do not see them. not even see them, but the energy that is coming out of my hands and the stuff that I am doing with them, it is felt with them, which means that for the quantum field there is nothing like a space in between. Now, what I'm saying this is because we are going to use the quantum field now in order to heal ourselves. Okay, what we are going to do is, for example, we are going to visualize that we are going to be lying on a bed or on something flat, for example, a table, and part of us is going to be doing this healing onto ourselves. We can, for example, visualize that this is our higher self that is doing the healing, and that we are lying in on the table. Or we can also split ourselves, being able to see ourselves lying on the table while we are also at the same time doing the healing. We can play with this. This is very important for us to start doing this, because we all have these powerful, fantastic abilities, capabilities to heal, and now we are practicing with ourselves. Okay. So we are going to visualize now that part of us is on the table, on a table, and we are going to start moving our hand. Okay, we are going to start scanning our body. Our left hand is magnetic. We are going to start moving our hand on top of our own body, especially in the area of the thorax, trying to feel things, trying to feel blockages. If it's possible for us to write them down, we can go ahead, or at least keep good memory in where do we feel that our hand is, for example, not flowing easily on top of our body. And if we feel something that is not flowing easy, we can just keep that in mind for later. We're going to complete the scan in at a later time. And right now, I would also like to explain a little bit about the pendulum. I was not too much into using a pendulum to identify the chakras and the state of the chakras, but when I started to do some training about this, I very easily and very fast discovered that the pendulum actually was a very good tool in order to identify how is the chakra going around. So we all know how the pendulum is just a piece of, for example, it can be a piece of glass or something metallic that is hanging. And then we can, using the quantum field, we can put the tip of the pendulum on top of the chakra, and then we can close our eyes, free our minds, and then after a few seconds, we will start seeing that the pendulum is moving, and it will start moving on top of the chakra and showing us the different rotations, the different spins. So it is the energy of the chakra that will spin the pendulum, and a healthy chakra will move the pendulum clockwise. Perhaps we can show the next slide. Okay, so we can see the clockwise. When the pendulum is moving clockwise, it means that the chakra is taking energy from the field, which means that it's a healthy chakra. If we see that the pendulum is going counterclockwise, it means that the chakra is expelling energy, and this is unhealthy. So instead of being sucking up this energy from the quantum field in order to send it to the rest of the body, is expelling it. And then we have to perhaps identify the reason why it's doing. Now, for example, if it's going clockwise and it is going like on the third part is a little bit slanted, a little bit it's like an oval, it's not completely round. That means that it's taking a still energy, but is distorted and is biased toward the masculine or yang side. The other side also, so it's going, if it's going counterclockwise and it's going like an oval, it's not going like a circle, it's taking energy but it's distorted, and it is biased toward the feminine or yin side. Sometimes we will see that the pendulum is going up and down, or left to right. So if it's going up and down, we can assume that it's unhealthy, and that this is moving feelings and energy towards the spiritual to avoid interaction. And if it's going to align, it's obviously unhealthy, and it's holding energy flow and feelings down to avoid interaction, and there's a strong block. If it's moving slanted, we can also assume that it's unhealthy, and that there is an aggressive side that is more developed than a passive side. And in the other situation, it's also unhealthy, and is passive side and is more developed than passive. Okay, if the chakra is, if the pendulum is not moving at all, that means that the chakra is very unhealthy. So the chakra is not functioning at all, and it will indicate pathology in the physical body, which means that there's some stuff that has happened already and is a work in progress. So we have to do something about it. So, as I explained a few seconds ago, the rotation of the chakra is important because if it's rotating in the proper way, clockwise, it will be metabolizing energy, soaking up energy from the quantum field, and it will be stepping down the frequency for the corresponding wavelength of a chakra. For example, if the first chakra, the energy from the earth, gets stepped down to the slower wavelength of the color red and comes into the adrenal gland, then it is working and it's going to fill the body with all this energy from the earth, which is very needed. If this slow energy from the earth is not reaching properly our body, and then the person could be having issues of tiredness and being overrun. The second chakra is related to the gonads, the third chakra to the pancreas, the fourth to the thymus, the fifth to the thyroid, the sixth to the pituitary gland, and the seventh to the pineal gland. So, in all these chakras, the merging of the energy world, the merging of the energetic world and the dense 3D world will happen. So it is important that we our chakra, give our chakras the proper treatment so they can start working. Like it's like a beautiful, complex little machinery that we have going in there for soaking up the energy from the field around us. Very good. So now we are going to talk a little bit about what is chelation. We can show the next picture with the hands extended. Okay. Right now we are going to move to do a very important little exercise that is called chelation, and we are going to proceed to move energy through our body. We are going to bring unconditional love, and we are going to put this love on top of our body. So let us all visualize that we have ourselves on top of a table in front of us, and we are going to put our thumbs on our feet, on the sole of the feet, and we are going to wrap our hands around our feet, and then we are going to stay there, sending love energy from this point to the rest of the body. Perhaps you have seen some pictures of feet depicting the different organs of the body. Yeah, and then this is something that just came to me. We are going to start sending this light through their feet, through all organs of our body. So we can visualize, we can see, we can feel. We are sending energy from the earth and from the source through our hearts and hands into our feet. And we are sending this energy up through our entire body. Perhaps we can start feeling a little bit warmth in our hands, and that is a good sign that the healing is starting to happen, that the energy is starting to move, that the energy is reaching our organs. If that's the case, just let it flow for a few minutes, enjoying this love from the source, love from the earth, and preparing our bodies for additional healing. Now, as we move the energy through our body is being prepared for additional treatment. What we could also do is to leave our feet, and then we start placing our hands on our legs, on our knees, on our hips, always moving the energy upward on our stomach, the area of the stomach, or thorax, breast, neck, head, and so on. And this way we can also help the energy to move, to continue flowing upward through the body, through our body. Right. So now we are going to speak a little bit about removing clouds, mucus, and miasma. And what are these things? In a healthy emotional and astral body, bright colors of cloud-like energy flow freely through the system. However, when one does not have healthy emotions, okay, please pay attention to this word, emotions, directed toward oneself, the second level of the bioenergy field begins to stagnate, and dark, heavy clouds form. We can see in the picture. Thank you for drawing this beautiful picture, because it is exactly what I'm meaning right now. Okay, part of us is standing up, is doing the healing, and the other part of us is just laying on the table or on the bed and receiving the healing. And as you can see, this person has got, because of all this. All these negative emotions, all these relationships that didn't work, all this frustration at work, everything that is being thrown at us, we have all these clouds, mucus, and miasma. And if we do not remove these things, they eventually turn into pains in the body. So perhaps if we are having some pain on the, I don't know, perhaps on the knees, on some special areas of our bodies, and so on, it is as simple as starting to remove these clouds, mucus, and miasma, so the energy starts flowing again. No? You can imagine the difference in between a body that is completely healthy and is moving energy with bright, beautiful colors everywhere, against something that is that we see in front of us in the screen right now. No? So we are going to help this person right now. So, if, as I said, if the feelings that we have about ourselves, about others, are not of high vibration, then these clouds start to form, and as you know that we attract what we put out, right? So, if we have heavy emotions like sadness, frustration, resentment, anger, so this energy turns dark, and dark, heavy clouds are formed. So the low vibration attracts lower vibration people, lower events, lower circumstances, and timelines into our lives. So it is inside our bodies. I find this information extremely important, because sometimes we are always looking at the outside. No, I would say how to heal outside, how to fix stuff outside, and this is just part of the illusion. No, everything is inside our bioenergetic body, and if we heal this part of our body, then by consequence, no, everything is going to turn different in the outside. So this is what we need to do. Okay, so these accumulations has happened on the second level of the field, and the stagnation clogs up the system and disrupts healthy functioning. And eventually all this starts to show up and more, for example, in the first, third, and fifth levels of the human bioenergetic field, which are affected eventually, since these fields are adjacent to the emotional and astral bodies. Now, that was the clouds. Now we can also, I could also explain a little bit about mucus. Mucus is something which is similar to what we experience when we are having a cold. So, and this mucus, this stuff accumulates on the fourth level of the field, or the astral. And this is the place where it's related to our relationships. But it's not only relationships with other humans, but also with other life forms, for example, the animals or the plants. Yeah. So the mucus sometimes in these places is very thick, dark, and heavy. And it will obviously have painful effects on the body, causing a lot of discomfort. So, Having said that, and we are going to start removing these clouds, mucus, and miasma, all these negative emotions, negative feelings, or I rather say stuff of low vibration, so we can be free again and start moving positive, beautiful, high vibration energy in our bodies. Okay, so now we are going to, as a few minutes ago, we scanned our body. Now we moved our left hand, the hand which is magnetic. We moved our left hand on top of our body, and we felt some stagnation, some blockages, some stuff that said, I cannot move my hand faster in that in this moment because something is blocking it. Perfect. If you found this, if you find that your hand has reached the location of some blockages, then leave your hand there for a little while. Okay. And then visualize that yourself, you are a golden being of light. Like for example, like the picture. No, you are shining. You are beautiful. You are golden. You are completely angelic, so to speak. And you are going to put your hand into your body, and you are going to scoop it up, all these clouds, mucus, and miasma from your bodies. Okay, you're going to do this through harmonic induction. You're going to feel like your hand is attracting, is soaking up these clouds, mucus, and miasmas. And once you have done that, you put these clouds, mucus, and miasma from one hand into the other, and then you raise your hand, and then you put it outside, away as far as you can from your body. And then you visualize, for example, that a beautiful violet energy coming from the central sun is coming and transmuting, taking away all this negative energy from your body. So you are sending these clouds, mucus, miasma, and miasma with your intention, sending them to the light. And I choose to use the violet beam because violet is the color of transmutation. So it's going to take this energy of low vibration to the galactic central sun, which is going to be transmuted again into light. And so you put your hand again on one area of your body that you feel that it is with blockages. And by the way, you know better yourself than nobody else. But also at the same time, you can also ask for your guides to accompany you and protect you and help you to find these blockages, these clouds, mucus, and miasma. Because once you find them, you can scoop them out, you can put them on the other hand, and then you can also put them as far away from your body as you can and visualize this beautiful violet energy that is taking them away and is dissolving them into the universe. And then you can also repeat this process for the astral body, extremely important place because all the emotions are there. You can also apply this on the celestial body. And you can also apply this everywhere that you feel that it is necessary to apply. And once you have finished doing this, and this is going to be a beautiful homework for you for later tonight, so you can go through this process and you can have fun doing this. And oh my God, I tried this yesterday in the evening, and I can assure you that it works because it took a lot of stuff out of me. Yeah? For some reason, I felt much more light, much more more clarity in mind. I felt like some heavy weight has gone out of me. So this really works, and I'm so happy to be showing you this, because this is one of my favorite tools right now to heal ourselves. And and if we do this with care, with love, and our own bodies, it's going to be perfect, because we know how to apply this now to our own healing. Once we have finished this scooping up of negative energies from everywhere, from all our bioenergetic fields, we can apply this energy of chelation again to close it. So closing chelation, which means that we are going to go again, as I said a few minutes ago, we go to our feet, we put our thumbs on the sole of our feet, and we just start moving the energy again, and then closing the body, so it does not attacked anymore, for also so the negative energy or the low vibration energy cannot return. And we are going to be from this moment on much more aware from all the energy that we put out in the universe, which means the following: every time that we think or we have a thought that is of low vibration, we are contaminating ourselves, and we are contaminating the space around us. So if we are aware of this situation, then we will do our part to avoid it. And then we will not have to end up on top of a table, or on our bed again, doing this quite frequently. But I'm really happy that I was able to show this tonight, and I hope that you practice it, and that it works as much as it worked on me, and even better, even much better. All right, so this was my presentation for tonight, and thank you for listening.
Felipe, we are so thankful that you shared this. Wow, this was great. I have a few questions, and if anyone else has questions or comments, please put those in the chat. Felipe, how often do you suggest we do this, or is it based on, like you said toward the end, based on our vibrational state, or how often do you feel we should do this?
I expect people to start doing this, and then they will be able to identify how often do they need to do this, because I mean, all these clouds, mucus, and miasma, they do not form from one day to the other. It's a slow process of years and years of negative emotions and negative situations and pain and suffering and all that kind of stuff, which is accumulated. However, just one treatment is not going to remove them all. And so we can start with a process of cleaning up ourselves. It's like, for example, when we shower. No, we shower frequently. This is every, I don't know. No, some people shower once a week. Some people showers every day. It's up to them. Yeah. So how contaminated you feel? How dirty? How much cleaning do you have to do? This is something personal.
Okay, and can we use our emotional state to guide us on that? Like, would that be a good indicator that we might need to do some cleansing if we're experiencing some lower vibrational emotions?
Yeah. The emotional state that is okay. There's a lot of people, including myself and many people I know, that we are going through moments of pain or sadness, and sometimes we are going through moments of euphoria. Okay, so we are having these solar flares that are coming to the planet right now. They are washing us with those energies of ascension. So we are experimenting all that we have to experience in order to heal it, in order to ascend. Okay, so this exercise of removing clouds, mucus, and miasma, it is more related to the stuff that has been accumulated for many months or many years. And when we feel suddenly sad or suddenly desperate, suddenly with a lot of fear, for example, this is something that is coming from the outside. Whether we are transmuting it for somebody else or for the society or for ourselves, it's a good question. But the thing is that this might require a little bit of a different approach. So we have to learn to identify what are the processes that have been there for with us for a long time, and what are the processes that are happening in real time, and then apply the different tools for the different situations.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Um, I want to share a couple questions that people had. Let's see. Celestial Dragon earlier on had asked if Hara was the state of being centered. I think just trying to get some clarification on that.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
So Hara is about the state of being center. It is in the center of Hara. There's a field of intention, which means that if we can connect to Hara, if we can stay in a moment in which there is nothing but the concentration that we need to do these exercises, then we will be reaching this field of intention where we can materialize, where we can precipitate anything that we want. So when we center in Hara, we do a little meditation that is going to put away everything this noise that we usually have now, because I have to do this, I have to do that, I have appointments to do, and so on. And so when we enter in state of Hara, we enter in a very special situation or moment of awareness, in which we bring our awareness completely into our bodies in a way that there is no obstruction, there is no judgment, there is no um, not a biased situation. Not we are not going to be biased and saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do, or this is what's going to happen now. We are going to just be there, like the observing things. Is the difference, for example, in between doing something or just watching something. We are watching something. This is the state, the center, the state of Hara. Being centered means not to the left, not to the right, right there with all your focus, all your intention, all your attention into the work of healing that you're doing.
Okay, good. Thank you. And we do remind people that if you would like to check out part 1 of Felipe's presentation where he talks about Hara, to again find that on the Sisterhood of the Rose YouTube channel from June last month. So Celestial Dragon also had another question. Is there a point where you can do this to help others? And I know what you're going to say, but I imagine the answer would be definitely yes.
Is there a point when you can do this to help others? What do you mean? So start right now?
Probably to do this on others is
Okay.
or yeah.
The thing is that it is at this moment it would be great if you could practice on yourself, so you can then export this knowledge, this experience into others.
Okay.
When I was following this course, for example, that I was where I learned all these things, we gathered together in between students, and then we performed these healings to each other, being in a different countries, but it worked fantastically. So we were able to gather this experience, and then when our instructor says you can apply this onto yourself, I said, "Wow, that's amazing!" Because right now I can be my own doctor. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How
that
cool is that?
reminds me of a question I had when you were talking about starting with touching your feet. Do you mean physically actually reaching down and touching your feet, or do you just mean visualize yourself touching your feet?
Visualize yourself touching your feet, because as you can see in this picture that we have on the screen right now, yeah, this is you and this is you at the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
you are
you and
healing
like your
yourself.
higher
Yeah.
self.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that as well.
Yeah.
So let's see. Someone asked, does this technique heals also the negative energies we have accumulated from our previous incarnations?
Okay, so my point of view, and this is kind of a philosophical point of view, we have so much to do on this incarnation right here, right now, that just not worry about the other ones in the meantime. I mean, it's like if we become masters and everything is super healed right here, right now, in our own things, which is a lot to do, by the way, then we can go to the next level.
Right. We do have our hands full, don't we?
Yes, yes. Oof, yeah. The more you dig into your own self, it's fantastic. It's a universe that
Right.
opens, and then
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you know what occurred to me when you were presenting this was, which has guided us to include the healing within these sessions. To the title of this we call "Preparing Ourselves for Liberation and Ascension," and we, as a team, felt that by healing ourselves, we are preparing us. And just even this picture with like the clouds within the body. It's which, by the way, I want to thank my daughter for doing another one of these
Yes, thank
pictures
you.
for us, because you
Yeah.
can't really find this on the internet. So,
No.
but anyway, yeah. So I'm very grateful to her. We are for doing that. But you see, it's heavy, and the whole concept of ascension is to be lifted up and to be as light as possible. And if we're carrying around these dark clouds and this mucus and all of this, it's more difficult to even move toward the ascension process, let alone to ascend. And
Mhm.
so it just really confirmed that we're on the right path with a lot of this work that we're doing in preparing us for that.
Exactly.
So,
It is
yeah.
like the proper taking care of the body. Not we eat good food and we shower ourselves frequently. Then, but why don't we do the same with our other bodies? No? So
Exactly. Right.
there you go.
Well, and that gets, ignored for
Hmm.
lots of reasons that we won't go into, but it's up to us to be proactive and take responsibility to do our own inner work, because our society is not going to promote it or teach it to us or anything. So that's why we're so glad when we're doing this work together. So Um, you're getting lots of thank yous from people that I'll just share a few. Rosemary says, thank you. GB, thank you. Termix, thank you. Y Paro says thank you. Blue Onyx Mate said thank you and had a comment. My fourth chakra was with pain. I needed to burp so energy clears from my body. I feel much lighter. See, we just
Hmm.
talked
Yeah,
about
yeah,
feeling lighter, right?
exactly. Yes,
Having,
this is
yeah,
exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
yeah. And Anya, Peggy. So thank you so much for your comments. Um, And yeah, Celestial Dragons liked your answer about Hara, so I was grateful for that. So, are there any other comments? Anything else that anyone would like to say, rather either from the team or from the audience, before we move on to our next section where we're going to be doing the implant clearings? Um, Anyone else have? Felipe, do you have anything else that you would like to share with us?
No, that thank you so much for everybody. I'm so glad that you were able to follow it, and then please do it and at home, and then please share with us the experiences so we can continue building on this. By the way, this is not over. It is. There's more coming. So keep tuned.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I was
Yeah.
I was hoping that there might be more
No, no, no. There's much more.
from you. So
Yeah.
good, good, good. And to our audience, we really, really love your input. So if you have suggestions, if you would like more of something, less of something, we're a volunteer team. We are here to serve you and humanity and the planet. And it's nice to really get input on any suggestions or ideas that you might have, or maybe you have something you would like to present in terms of healing, so you can contact us about that as well. So just keep that in mind. We really do love your input, so that we can make these sessions as powerful as possible. And it helps our team to stay motivated and everything too. So just to hear that we are making a difference in your lives, so we thank you for sharing all of that. So okay, we are going to be moving on now to the next segment of the presentation, and this is to work on clearing our implants. And we are going to start with doing some contract cancellation. And we're going to be Cindy's been waiting patiently to share. She's going to be sharing a little more information about what this is and why we're doing it. And then she'll also be guiding us through this next exercise. So Cindy, I'm turning it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. So, dear audience, from now you will need some pencils or pens and papers.
Oh, Cindy, thank you for I forgot to mention that. You're right. Oh, thank you so much, dear one. All right. Yes. Get something to write with everyone. Thanks, Cindy.
Yes, so let's begin with the meaning of the word contracts. So the term contract includes agreements, consents, promise, pact, allegiance, or royalty. And soul contracts are made with the dark forces. So canceling the soul contracts is to make the leap from an involutionary to an evolutionary consciousness. So we need to cancel these contracts to expand freely our consciousness. And any contract is voidable. Any contract can be cancelled as soon as we become aware of it. And this is how we reclaim our freedom and sovereignty step by step. So, to get out of the matrix and its system, we must first cancel the soul contracts concerning our past lives, our present life, and our future. Secondly, weaken and dissolve the implants on physical and non-physical planes. And we need to disconnect ourselves and to protect ourselves from mind control systems and negative technologies. And it is through the willful ignorance of our divine power and through the system of all our contracts and implants that we remain trapped in this system. And as the contactee Cobra says, you are the ones who created or signed a soul contract, and at any moment you can change it or revoke it, whichever way you want. Nobody else can do it except you. If you don't like your soul contract, you can just change it, revoke it. It is your decision. Of course, when you do change it, it will take some time for this to manifest. You have to release your attachment to the other parties in the contract. All the contracts with the dark forces have to be released. They have to be revoked, made null and void. And your decision is key. If you make the decision to revoke the contract, it will be done. From now and for all eternity. And the more people take their destinies in their own hands and change those contracts, the more power we will have, individually and collectively. So it is high time to free ourselves from the blockages and limitations imposed by these contracts. And you need to know and to understand that contracts are linked to the soul, to our life, and they are linked to implants. And implants are linked to our bodies. and contracts and implants do not respect the universal laws of non-interference, the law of consent and non-consent, and the law of free will. So let's revoke them with no hesitation. We need to revoke them regularly. But how to cancel the soul contracts? So you have several steps. First, you will write it down. Second, you will sign it with your name. And three, you will say it out loud. And you should also keep a copy with you at all times, as it is energetically powerful. So now we are going to read the text you will need to write. In the name of I am that I am, in the name of the divine soul presence that I am, I cancel and nullify all my contracts and agreements in the past, present, and future made between any part of my being and the dark forces. I decree and I command that all consequences of these contracts and agreements are null and void, and are completely and permanently erased from my reality. I am now a sovereign and free being of light, from now and for all eternity. So be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. So now we are going to let you 8 minutes to write it down, to sign it with your name, and to say it out loud. So see you in 8 minutes.
In May, it might be nice if you could put some background music on while we do this. Thank you. And welcome back. I want to thank Cindy for her presentation of that, the wonderful explanation, and then guiding us through that. Vicky had asked a question. There were 3 steps. Would you please repeat them? And Cindy, can you just repeat those 3 steps you talked about, please?
Yes, of course. So first, you need to write the text. Then you have to sign it with your name, and you have to say it out loud. And you need to keep a copy with you at all times because it is energetically powerful and it helps to raise our vibratory frequency.
Perfect. Thank you. So, Vicky, we hope that helps explain that. And thank you, Cindy, for mentioning to keep this copy and that it is a good idea to carry it around with you. It's also a good idea to start or maybe end your day with it by reading it. Again, reading it out loud has so much more power, and especially if you can read it with conviction. Put emotion into your voice when you speak it. As we know from the manifestation process, when we put emotion into our thoughts and our words, we manifest that so much more easily and quickly. So, and Vicky says, thank you, it did. So perfect. Okay, we are moving on now, and now we are moving on to the triangulation exercises. There are 2 of them that we will be doing, and we've included these words from Cobra on here when we ask for further information on what these triangulation implant clearing exercises do. He said that it helps to deprogram us, to dissolve our limiting beliefs, and to liberate our consciousness. So, and to explain how this works, Felipe, I think you're going to be doing this. Is that correct?
That's right. Hmm.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So, as part of the contract that we have with dark forces to enter into this planet, we have to take this on, these primary implants. So, there are vertical implants and horizontal implants. The vertical implants, which are on the left, establish a separation from the source and our higher self. So, they are situated in the frontal lobe area above the eyebrows. There are 2 of them. And this has to do with this separation from the source, which includes decision making problems, survival fears, blocks our intuition, and causes separation and loneliness. So all this this stuff is completely virtual. Yeah, and to start dissolving this separation, these implants, we are going to do an exercise in a few minutes called "I Am God." And on the right side, we have what is called the horizontal implant, and this is 4 centimeters above the navel and near the solar plexus. And this establishes a separation between the heart and the sexuality. And thus also a separation between men and women. This is one of those implants that is responsible basically for most of the the extreme bad situations in between men and women, but also in all parts of society, because establish a separation of sexuality. There's no connection in between the heart and the sexuality. And to dissolve this, we are going to practice this exercise that is called "Sex is Love." And we have to keep in mind that after every incarnation, we are reimplanted again to assure that we are kept in amnesia and lower vibration. And so we are going to start working on this, and then we're going to the next slide. And to do this, we're going to do this implant clearing triangulation exercises. So in these exercises, you will write 2 contradictory statements. You do this to decrease the implant's effects in your mind by placing it in the other polarity. So this is like we're going to try to make to weaken the layer of support, that is around the implant by bringing it into our mind in different polarities. Like, for example, we are going to say, I'm God, I am not God, I am God, and I am not God. Until we have to try to make these implants go crazy so they can just fall off there. So, for instance, the vertical implant above our eyebrows creates the primary belief that we have, that I am not God. So when you write I am God and put yourself in that state, and then you write I am not God and put yourself in that state, you bring your mind in both alternate states, which then begins to dissolve the implants. And from then on, because you have put your mind in both states, then that means that you will be able to make your own decision. And this is the same for the horizontal implant above your navel that programs you with the basic message that sex is not love. So when we are going to write these two alternating affirmations, sex is love and sex is not love, and to decrease the effect of the implant, and so it can begin to clear. Right, so let's proceed to do these exercises on the next page, and I'm going to do this as well, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to do this. Yeah, right. So we're going to do this first exercise. Thank you, Deborah. And we are going to write in our own pace, our own rhythm, these two contradictory statements. So we are going to write, I am God, I am not God. For those of you who do not want to bring this religious connotation of the word God into this exercise, you can simply use, for example, I am one with the source, I am separated from the source, something like that. And write it in your own language, and do this exercise consciously, feeling, thinking. The strength of your intention is more important than the numbers of lines you write. Okay, so we're going to put music, and we have decided for 8 minutes. Is that right?
Yes, 8 minutes.
Okay, so I'll see. Let's talk each other in 8 minutes. Thank you. Alrighty, friends, I hope that you enjoy this I am God, I am not God exercise. One thing is to have the belief that we are connected with God, and the other one is a true, real connection with the source. And this is what we are aiming to in these exercises. So we all can benefit from each other's connection to the source. Thank you, Deborah. So go ahead with the next exercise, please.
Great. Thank you, Felipe. And we are moving on to our final exercise. This is triangulation 2. And this is the sex is love, sex is not love exercise. And so for this one, we will be doing it in exactly the same way. You will be writing the words sex is love, and then writing sex is not love, and then repeating this as often as you can during the 8 minutes that we give you. If you're doing this on your own, we do suggest going longer, going for 10, 15 minutes is the most beneficial. But today we're going to do it for 8 minutes. And again, what is very important is feeling as you write. And if you need to take a pause after you write a statement in order to feel as fully as possible, that's great. And this is one that can trigger some emotions that may come up, some suppressed emotions. So allow yourself to feel. So we'll do the same thing. We'll put some music on for 8 minutes, and then afterwards we'll do some comments that you guys have. But let us move on to triangulation 2. Sex is love, sex is not love. welcome back. I hope that was a powerful experience for you. For the contract cancellation, we mentioned to save that piece of paper. However, for these triangulation exercises, we do suggest disposing of them in whatever way feels energetically right for you. Some people like to tear them up. Some people like to burn them. The idea is you've done the healing work, and it's now time to remove that energy. So feel free to get rid of the triangulation exercises, but to keep that contract cancellation. And we do also recommend to drink water and rest if you need to afterwards. Remember, this is powerful work we're doing. And I know people have asked before if doing one implant clearing session clears the implants, and unfortunately that answer is no. It's these implants have been here for a very, very long time, and they are quite powerful. As we can tell, they interfere with our free will, and we sort of have to chip away at them, dissolve them, so to speak. And so by doing these exercises more often, the more powerful that implant clearing will be, the more and more your implants will become cleared. So we encourage you to attend our sessions on a regular basis. And of course, please share with others what we're doing, because the more people that we have collectively doing this work at the same exact moment, the more powerful it is. And so you can also, these sessions are recorded, so you can go back and do it again if you would like. And you can also find these exercises on the We Love Mass Meditation website. So I would just like to move on to, I'd like to share a few comments that people have had as we wrap up this session. We will be offering the collective healing at the very end, if you would like to stand for that when we invoke command 771 together. But I just want to share a few comments from people. Celestial Dragon said, so I'm actually also testing out how each statement feels in different parts of my body as I say it. That's interesting. So, Celestial Dragon, would you like to share with us what some of you've done the 2 exercises now for triangulation? So if you like, you can even share more with us on what you were feeling in different parts of your body. It's that's a great way to check in with, because your body speaks to you. That's a great way to, I know, like if I have a decision to make, sometimes I always kind of feel into it. Okay, what is my body guiding me to say or to do? So so that's a great way, is to check out how your body responds. And Blue Onyx has shared, while writing I Am God, I felt myself one with the nature and all the beauty. It felt like a very comforting place to be. While writing I Am Not God, I saw destruction and pain, and that was a hard feeling. Yeah, I can imagine. I had kind of a interesting vision come to me when I was doing it this time. There was a movie way back when, I don't even know the name of it. It was some science fiction movie, and it was about an astronaut that was in space and was, in a spacesuit, tethered to the spaceship, but then somehow the tether disconnected and this person was floating in space. And when I was doing I Am God, I Am Not God, that's the vision I got. When I did I Am Not God, I got this vision of this lost person floating just with no connection, and in fear, and worried about um their resources, and worried about being taken care of. And as soon as I wrote I Am God, it was like Zoom. This person was connected again to and comforted and felt like they were completely safe and completely taken care of. So we all have different experiences when we do this, and every time you do it, you may have a different experience too. These are very important to realize. GB said definitely a powerful experience, so thank you for sharing that, GB. And after several times I did this clearing implants, this time I really felt it was so effective. Thank you for saying that, because it does build upon itself and it does compound. So again, the more you do it, the more powerful it will be. It's just like I know Felipe has used the example of like a bucket full of muddy water, and you when you add clear water, the water becomes less and less cloudy and muddy, and it's sort of after a while it starts to really looking clear, and you feel optimistic that soon you will have clear water. And that's kind of the experience with doing these exercises over and over again. The more you do it, the more it kind of magnifies itself. Um, so thank you for sharing that. And if there's any other comments too, I will pop those. I just want to make a few announcements before we move on to that 771 command. We invite you to check out the Victory of Light Telegram channel and group. This is where we post upcoming dates of our next session. We do these monthly now. And so check that channel out. We also post various meditations, especially urgent ones that are coming up, as well as you can check out the We Love Mass Meditation website, where they keep a page for us that has all of the implant sessions that people are doing in different languages too. So, and speaking of urgent meditation, I wanted to point out that the light forces, as Cobra has mentioned on his blog, are really encouraging people to do a meditation for peace between Russia and NATO, as that situation is again escalating. There are some serious concerns happening. You can check out welovemassmeditation.com or Cobra's website 2012portal.blogspot.com for more information on that. But there is people are collectively meditating every 4 hours at those times that you see there, the UTC times we have posted. But if you go to We Love Mass Meditation, they will have a timetable of what time it is in your time zone. Remember how important it is to also invoke the goddess energy. And that's exactly what this meditation does. It brings in beautiful, beautiful pink light of the goddess and the presence of the goddess, the energy of the goddess, into these areas in the world as well as around the world, and it softens the situation. The light forces, as we understand it, have indicated that there will not be a nuclear situation allowed to develop on this planet anymore. However, we want to make sure that things remain as harmonious and peaceful as possible until the time of liberation. So that's what these meditations help do. They really help to kind of temper the escalation of some of these negative energies. So we do invite you to participate in that. And I want to remind everyone just to keep calm, hold the light. Don't participate in the collective fear. We are here to instead send peace, love, healing energy to all. And I also wanted to share this slide, maybe just because it's summer in so many parts of the country. But, we do this very intense healing work, but also remember that your body heals with play, the mind heals with laughter, and the spirit heals with joy. So find time to play, laugh when you can, and try to, whatever it is, be in a place of joy. Do what brings you joy. We can be very burdened with so many responsibilities, and the situation on the planet. And really, it's so important to bring some joy, laughter, and play into our lives. So that is what we wish for you over the next month until we meet again. And again, we're moving on to the final segment. If you would like to stay on with us, it's not necessary, but we would like to invoke command 771 together. I'm going to bring Cindy on in a minute to explain that very briefly, what that is exactly. But the idea behind this is we're going to invoke it together, which is very powerful. And then we're going to put some music on and simply rest in that place, because it is encouraged that you rest. And so I'm going to turn this over to Cindy for a minute, and so she can explain command 771 to us. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Deborah. So, Pleiadians have finally developed a protocol for emotional healing. If you feel negative emotions, or if you feel victimized for someone's emotion, if you are emotionally hurt, if you have emotional issues or traumas, do not hesitate to invoke this command 771. We need to understand something. The matrix and the negative beings and entities who serve and maintain it know very well that for the human beings that we are, emotions are both a strong point and a weak point. And we are all more or less sensitive to what others do to us and what they say sorry, and what they say to us, how they behave with us. We must therefore understand and master our feelings and emotions as they contribute to increase or decrease our vibratory frequency. So, if you wish to receive emotional healing from the Pleiadians, you need to say command 771 three times in a row in your head, but for more efficiency, you need to say it three times in a row out loud. And Pleiadian medical ships will assist you with their healing beams. And it helps to lay down and allow between 20 and 30 minutes for the healing process. So, for a few minutes, you will have a video with a beautiful and peaceful music. So, you should be in a meditative state to feel peaceful and to feel our heart opened to the healing protocol. So, thank you for your participation and thank you for helping everyone individually and collectively to heal.
Thank you, Cindy. And you brought up a very wonderful point about thanking people for healing themselves and helping to heal the collective as well, because that is what we were doing. So, as you said, we are going to put on some beautiful music. I would like to give some credit to we are playing music from Metatron Healing. This is Metatron Healing music, a beautiful light worker, featuring the beautiful mandalas by Alestahal Art. I hope I'm saying that right. And so this is a 10-minute video that we have. Again, we do suggest lying down and resting, and we do suggest continuing for 20 minutes. So what we'll do, we'll just at the end of 10 minutes, we'll just kind of quietly close the session and allow you to, we do ask if you could stay on or stay in your meditative state for 20 to 30 minutes after, total, after we wrap the session, so that you can achieve the most benefit of the healing. And I'm going to share a few comments again before we get started with that. Celestial Dragon, I like to do command 771 before I go to bed too. That is a great time to do it. What a great way to fall asleep. You're lying down anyway, and just invoke 771, command 771 before you go to bed. And thank you for all your great comments today, Celestial Dragon, as well as you, Blue Onyx, who says thank you, love and light. Thank you so much. And so what we're going to do together is we're going to say, I will say it and you can repeat after me out loud. Remember, we will invoke command 771 and then we'll put the music on and you can just receive your emotional healing. So let us together say command 771. Command 771.
Command 771.
Command 771.
Command 771.
Thank you. And let us begin. And we encourage you to stay in a relaxed position for an additional 10 to 20 minutes so that you can receive optimum healing. And we just would like to thank everyone for joining us today. I'd like to thank the amazing team for their support and for everyone who participated today. We look forward to seeing you next time, and take good care of yourself. And we say victory of the light.
Victory of the light.
Victory of the light.